Welcome to another episode of Chat with Stacks. I'm your host, Bill-Staxx. Today, I got Calidago. What's up, man?
What up, big dog? How you doing?
Good, bro. Can you explain some of the situations that you've seen while you were in prison that really stand out to you?
I can tell you about a situation where I had to put in work for my people as far as beating up a child molester,
Yeah,
and
let's
that
hear it.
was that was pretty crazy. So I'm from San Diego, and that's where I ended up getting in trouble at. And so I ended up going from the county jail to San Diego or to Delano State Prison for reception. And as soon as I get into reception, um, like I'm a young buck at the time, I'm like 18. And as soon as I get in there, I see everybody busting down doing the mandatory workouts and everything. And as soon as I walk in the building, they ask me if I'm a Wood or a South Sider or an other. I tell them that I'm a Wood. And a white boy grabs my bedroll, takes me to my bunk, helps me make my bed and everything. Asks for paperwork. We swap paperwork. We look at each other's paperwork. Everything checks out. And where he's kind of just showing me the rope, showing me like which toilets we're allowed to use, which sinks we're allowed to use, which showers we're allowed to use. He's kind of just letting us know like where we sit and everything, kind of just going over everything. And like as soon as I get there, they hand me a banger, tell me that I gotta hold a knife, and
How much time did you have this time that you were in prison?
right now I'm in here on
No,
a
no, that
11.
that time, that other time.
I was in there for 4 years. I had a 4 year sentence.
Were you worried that you were going to get more time if you put in this work for them?
Well, I maxed out my bid, and once you max out a bid, as long as you don't get a GBI, you're straight. Like once you max out a bid, um, you don't really have to worry about getting too much time as long as you don't do something crazy like stab somebody or do something that is gonna get you like a lot more time. And
Yeah, but
where now,
them giving you a knife, you're not like, oh shit, I gotta stab this dude.
well, no, it wasn't even like that. That was just because of where we were at, and as far as you having to hold one for your people, and in case something popped off like a riot.
So
And
even if you're not affiliated with no gang, nothing. Right when you get in there, if you're a white boy, the white dudes will come up to you and tell you where you can go, what you can do. Is
yeah,
it
you
like
basically don't gotta. You basically, if you're a white boy and you go into the California prison system, you really don't got a choice. You're basically entering a gang. As far as you're gonna either roll with your people, or you're gonna go PC or whatever. Or some people skate by and try saying that they're Hawaiian or this or that, and um they end up becoming an other. But I'm not gonna deny who I am. I'm a white boy, so I'm gonna that's what I'm gonna own that shit.
have you had problems being white there?
But where I'm at right now,
No, I mean like in your whole time being in prison.
no, I never had problems for being white. Like I said, it's everything's real political, so we stick together as a race over there. And so yeah, I've been in some race riots. I've been in probably like maybe three race riots, and that's just because of stupid stuff. Like I've been in one because of prison wine. People got too drunk with the Mexicans, and next thing you know, one thing leads to another. Someone feels disrespected. Next thing you know, it's a full blown riot. And I've been in a riot with the Norteños. It was us and the Southsiders versus Norteños. I've been in a riot with the blacks. I've been in a few prison riots, and um, that's just the stuff that comes with it. That's just the baggage that comes along with it. And
The white dudes are outnumbered in there though, pretty bad, right?
it depends on, well, yeah, if anywhere you go in California, it's about the whites are basically the minority, but we click up with the Southsiders, so we're kind of like united in a way. So we program with them. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it's not as bad as you think. Like the whites and the Southsiders are the deepest, and every yard I've been to, the Southsiders always run the yard, and they're the deepest on the yard. So the way that we pick up with them and everything, it's kind of it's not that bad.
Yeah, so I interview people, and I interviewed this one dude, and he kind of slipped through the cracks. He was in there for. He told me that he his friends beat up a kid and he brought him to the hospital, but it turns out that the kid was 3 years old, and
Well,
he got caught out. Man, they bounced him off the yard and everything.
yeah, like anytime you got like a child endangerment charge, a sex charge, even indecent exposure, like I've seen people get beat up in county for indecent exposure charges. I've seen people get beat up in the county for elder abuse charges. Actually, I ended up in South Bay ended up beating some dude up who had an elder abuse charge. Me and two other dudes, and it was actually that was a pretty weird situation. The fool was like on the toilet. We walked in his cell. Fool was sitting on the toilet. We just blasted his ass, fucking laid a beating on him real quick and had him roll his shit up and get the fuck out because I don't want to be like I look at it like this. Like I'm not gonna associate with someone who I feel like's a piece of shit. Like as far as got a weirdo charge or just someone who I can't relate with because um like I said, I was out there like messing with reefer and stuff like that, like surfing and riding dirt bikes and stuff like that. I wasn't out there, I mean, like preying on children and vulnerable women or beating up my grandma and
Yeah,
doing stuff like that. So I can't really relate to people like that. So I don't really have too much sympathy for them.
yeah.
And like right here on this bit, I beat up three chomos since I've been down on this one.
Is that like your go-to thing? Do you
Well,
is it like what you enjoy to do?
well, no, I mean really, one of them I just got drunk and there was some dude in here who was weirdo and I just got drunk and I don't know, one thing led to another and I kind of just let because you got to think about it. I mean, I got a family out there. I got nephews and I got stuff like that. So when you see someone come in here, and especially if they got like a 25-year sentence for some weirdo shit, it's like you really start to think in your mind, like, well, what the fuck did this man do? And why did he get broke off all that time? And he's sitting here trying to say that he's innocent, but obviously the courts didn't find him innocent. So he must have did something weird to a certain extent. So
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
the guy that I was talking about, he has torture murder, man.
well, so he
For
tortured a little kid and murdered it. See that right there, that's a sick individual, and um, I really don't got no compassion or sympathy for someone like that because that I mean the charge explains itself really. Like that's I'm gonna be
and
honest with
now
you.
he's trying to backpedal and oh, I tried to help the kid, I tried to save him. There ain't no coming back from that, man. I don't
Nah,
care.
there ain't no coming back from that. That right there that's out of pocket and out of line. And I think anybody who is a righteous person would feel like um, that they should have to act on that. Really,
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
you want to explain the situation when you went and smashed some of these dudes?
yeah. So I'm gonna explain the situation. This is how I got my tattoo on my stomach. And so basically, I was in Delano. We're sitting there chilling. Like a little bit of time goes by, and um, like we're sitting there chilling, drinking some wine or whatever with some of the homeboys. And next thing you know, the CEO, like the dude comes in, he's already on his bunk and everything. He tried saying that he didn't have paperwork, this and that, and we had him file a 128G. That way he can get some sort of paperwork that shows his charges within 3 days or whatever. So we were already kind of a little bit skeptical about the dude, and um, next thing you know, a CEO calls the white rep to the podium, and the dude who has the keys in the building said, "Hey, go with the white rep as a shadow and go see what the CEO is talking about." So boom, I'm still a young buck. Like I said, I didn't even have facial hair at the time. I'm still a kid, and I said, "All right." So we go up to the CEO's little office in the dorm or whatever, And we walk in there, and we're like, "What's up, man?" And he hits the computer screen, like he smacks it. Boom! The computer screen comes over. He says, "I just want to let you guys know that you got a piece of shit living in the building." This is what the CEO tells us. This is like what a correction officer said. "I just want to
Yeah.
let you know you guys got a piece of shit living in the building." And I'm still green to everything. I'm like, I'm looking at old boy was talking to the CEO. I'm looking at the CEO. I'm looking at the computer screen. And we look at the computer screen, and sure shit, there's a high 290 charges. And like the high 290s are the like the weird ones, the high 200s or whatever. And this is like some stuff that the dudes that are like kind of been down for a while will teach you if they see something in you, as far as like thinking that you'll be able to lead your people. So we look, this dude got some weirdo charges, and we're like, all right. And he said, just don't handle business on my shift. Wait till the next shift. We're like, all right, that's
Oh
fine.
man.
So we go back, we go and congregate and talk about what we just seen and what everything. And old boy says, well, we're gonna have to smash this fool out. So that day was the Black's day to clean. So
Is he a white
um,
guy? White guy? Black guy?
white guy, we could only handle business on our people. If it's an issue with something to do with the blacks, they gotta handle it. With the Southsiders, they gotta handle it. We could only do, like, as far as doing something like removing someone or beating someone like that. We can only do that type of stuff to our people. And
Oh,
so if it's a white issue, the whites got to handle it. If it's a black issue, the blacks got to handle it. And a
yeah.
Mexican issue, the Mexicans got to handle it. Unless they're not going to handle it, and then that's when we say, well, look, man, if you ain't get, I've been in a situation before where we almost had to get in the right with the others because they didn't want to handle their people in the same dorm that we're living with. So we had to tell them, like, look, it man, if you guys ain't gonna handle this, then we're gonna handle this. We're gonna kick off a riot with you guys. And sure as shit, they end up smashing the old boy out. So
Oh man.
it was the black state to clean, and um, like the white rep, the dude has keys. He says, "Hey man, go tell the blacks that we're gonna clean today. That they could take the day off. We're gonna clean, and then go tell that piece of shit that he needs to go get the mop out the mop room." I was like, all right. So boom, go and tell the blacks what's up, and they go and tell the other races, like, look, man, we're gonna have to handle some business. We have to take out some trash, whatever. And so boom, I go and I tell the fool sitting on his bunk. He's sitting there reading a book. I tell him, I said, hey man, uh, it's our day to clean, and it's your turn to mop. So you're gonna have to go get the mop out the mop room and mop or whatever. And he's like, all right, hops off his bunk, fucking makes his way to the mop room, and as soon as he goes to the mop, I'm already knowing what's going on. Like I'm like, oh man, this is. I'm thinking in my head like, what the fuck is about to go on?